Well, welcome back to another episode of Off-Grid Living from Scratch. I believe this is part 8. I wasn't going to include this video into the series I'm doing here, but I figured I'd give you a little update on what's going on. So, I got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, between work and work at home and other work, and work's an average of 10 days a week, if you know what I mean. And it's just hard to keep up with everything. It's just a lot to do. But I won't get into too much detail on that. I'm just really busy. So what I decided is I'm not going to keep the sawmill. I found someone here locally that's willing to saw my logs for a portion of my logs. And it'll save me so much time. It'll actually save me money by going that route over sawing it myself. Believe it or not, that's a fact. Because time is money. And sawing logs takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of effort because you got to be slinging the logs up here. You got to keep rotating them to saw them down and that. It just makes way more sense right now to get someone else to do it for me. So, figured I'd do a video on me getting the sawmill prepped and everything anyway, just to show you what I learned from it and that. And hope you enjoy. Well, I've been fooling with the sawmill, I guess, for about 45 minutes now. And little did I realize there's adjustments everywhere on this. And I bought it used. This is detention. This is the adjustment for in and out for the pulley on this side. But there's also adjustment on all these bearings on both sides. So that makes it that much more complicated. I'm really not familiar with these, how to set it up. But I do know a couple of people here local in the area that said they'd help me when I needed to get this set up. So I guess I'm going to have to call on one of them to help me with it. It's not as easy as it seems for sure. But I know I will get it set up. Maybe Sunday I'll try to get someone to come over and give me a hand with it. Because tomorrow, if the weather is good, me and Bobby Lucas and a few other people maybe might be going in for a ride to 185. That'll be part 2 of that video. So we'll see what the weather's like tomorrow for that. And if the weather's terrible, I guess I won't be doing anything tomorrow. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Got pretty good tension on it there now. So the next part is this is your angle in and outwards for the blade. So I gotta haul the spark plug out of the engine next, start rotating it, and see where she stays on the 2 pulleys properly. Now, in all reality, this should spin over pretty easy now if I turn the pulleys out in the front. And for those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you there now. So this pulley, that one over there, that's the 2 that this saw blade runs on. So the way it was when I tried it before, I turn it a little bit and then she'd bring up on compression. So I couldn't keep rotating it to see if the blade was going to stay on the pulleys. So now with the spark plug out, she should rotate just fine, and she do. But I see a problem already. The blade is coming outwards. So that means I got to adjust this bolt in the back inwards. It would have been nice if I had the right tools, but I forgot to bring them today. Okay, I'll try her there and see how it is. And just like that, we're back. So today what we're doing is going to try to finish leveling up this sawmill, because I'm just dying to try this out. So I got some reciprocating saw blades there. I'm going to use one of them as a shim for the other pulley. So let's get that dropped in there now. Haul the spark plug out, rotate it by hand a few times, probably a dozen times or so. Make sure the blade stays on, and then she's good to fire up. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, right here, I have a quarter put in there. That's all we had the other day to try to shim it up when my buddy was here to show me how to do this. And it got us very close. So I'm going to take that quarter out of there, loosen off those two front bolts, and then put one of these down in there. Let me show you. I believe they are a little bit thicker than the quarter. If they're, no, actually they're thinner. These are a little thinner than a quarter, so I'll be using two of these. Since I got no other use for these, and I got a lot of them, might as well make use out of them. Alright, so I've been fooling with this for about the past 20 minutes now, and I think I got her. It seems like she's not going to fall off or nothing. I do have to figure some kind of clutch system for this eventually, because as soon as you start this up, it's running the blade. And I don't really fussy that. So I'm going to look into that this evening when I get home, check on Amazon or something, maybe Temu. But let me show you what I got done here. Alright, might be hard to see on camera. Maybe if I go down here. But if you see right here, the inside of the blade is just to the outside of the pulley. And I got the spark plug taken out, so don't mind that scraping noise, that's just those idler wheels down there. I made about 20 full rotations, and she stays in the exact same spot on each pulley. So I think that's going to be pretty well ready to fire up. I didn't bring a battery in with me today, but I did bring a Temu booster pack. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but I'm going to hook that up and try it anyway. See if I get her going. Throw the spark plug back in first. Throw the booster back on and see what happens. Well, since I didn't bring the key in with me today to start this up, must be in the Vitera. I'm going to get this throttle cable changed, and I'm going to reposition the handle closer to where the push handle is and make it that much easier to operate. Somebody liked their electrical tape, that's for sure. Not only did they like their electrical tape, but they loved their zip ties. Look at this. I think there's 5 or 6 here altogether. They really warmed it to her. And they can stay on with that cable because I am replacing this cable because as you can see she's chafed through right here. She's all frayed up there. And she also sticks up on the engine. That's one thing you don't want is a sticky throttle. And just like that, I'm back. So today I got a good flathead screwdriver to finish doing that throttle cable on the Sawmill. So hopefully I get that screw out. I just don't like flathead screws at all because they're usually not my misery. But either way, that got to come out, whether it be with a hammer and a cold cutter or with the flathead screwdriver. Let's see what we can do with that. Once that's hooked up, I brought a battery out that's probably no good. I'm going to put that on there and hook it up to my booster pack that is good. And fire this up, because I do have the key with me today too for this. So, and we're going to see what happens. So, let's get to it. So, I'll show you guys in a minute where this screw is to for the throttle cable. It's an awkward spot, really. The gas tank should come off, but I'm not getting into that if I don't have to. So if I haul the air box off, it gives me somewhat a bit of room to get at that screw. So now that that's all off, let me show you where it's to. So the set screw is right there. And yes, I still can't really get at it where it's to, but if I move the throttle over, it gets me in a better position for it. So I took the piece off altogether. Now what I'm going to try to do is grab this with a pair of vice grips and hopefully twist it off that way. There's a nut on the back of this, so that's going to make it a little bit easier, I think. I think that's about an 8mm, so I'm going to go grab an 8mm socket, try to loosen this first, and then maybe she'll come free. Let's see what happens. I never thought a throttle cable would give me this much misery, but here we are. But just like that, it's loose. So this is going to be tricky because I'm not sure how I'm going to get the new cable into the right position by doing this. This is going to be real tricky because I can't get a wrench underneath when it's in place. So how am I supposed to know exactly where to put the throttle cable? Oh my. Well, I gotta think about this for a minute. I guess I can put it in so far, tighten it up, and try it in place and see how it is before I put the springs and everything back on. And I'll just keep doing that until I get it in the right spot. I think that'll work because I got adjustment where the bracket holds this, so I can adjust it here after. So that should work just fine for me. So time to get the springs and everything back on there. Alright, so took a few choice curse words and a bit of complaining, but I got the tree springs hooked back up, throttle cables hooked up, clamped down here, and if you see over here with my throttle, everything's working perfectly. Never seen something like that in my life. That is pretty complicated to try to put together, but I got her anyway. So I guess now it's time to put the breather cover and everything back on and throw the battery on her, and let's see what happens. Well, I guess that's it. She's ready to try. I don't even know if this battery's any good, but try it without the booster pack first and see what happens. Yep, gonna need a booster pack. So wouldn't you know it, I left the booster pack turned on and it was in the tracker for the last 2 weeks like that. So of course that was on 0%. So that's why the tracker's running here now. I got one of those rapid USB chargers in there, and in a matter of like a minute it was up to 6%, so hopefully it won't take too long. Kind of anxious to hear this thing going now. I had it going before, but not with the blade on, so hoping when I fires it up the blade will stay rotating and it won't pop off either of the wheels. So that's the goal today, and if it don't, then I'm throwing a log on there and I'm cutting the skim off them and see how it cuts. go. She's working. I still got a bit of adjustment to do on the two idler wheels there. Bring them out just a little bit. And we'll throw a log on and see what happens. Well, as you can see, it works, but not that good yet. What's going on here now is I got no water to lubricate the blade, so that's not helping it any. And this blade don't seem like it's very sharp for another thing. I got 7 more blades over there. I got to also find some way to tweak this idler wheel on this side, because once you tighten it up, it lifts up, and as you can see, it's spinning freely. But when I take the adjustment off, you can see it drop down and then it's rubbing onto the blade. As soon as I tighten it, it goes up again. So I might have to wedge something in there, a piece of metal beside the adjuster on the inside over here, just so it don't lift up when I tighten it. And that'll take care of that. I also do have to grease this, because I haven't greased it since I got it. And grease fittings here and here. Same as on the other side. And another thing, my carburetor, I think it's a bit dirty onto the engine there. I don't know how long this was laid up. This could have been laid up for 5 or 6 years for all I know. It do run, but it seems to run better on half choke. So that means something, the carburetor's dirty, something like that. Dead gas, something along those lines. But it is working. Now it's just a fine-tuning part, getting everything to work all right, and figure out how to use it. That's another thing. My first time pushing one of these in my life. I never did anything with a sawmill before. And so far it's a bit complicated, but I'm starting to figure it out as I go. It's slow going like anything else. If you're new to it, it just takes a bit of time to figure it out. Anybody looking for a sawmill? This here one's an 18-footer. She got a Honda 13 horsepower engine on her. I think the carburetor could use a cleaning because she sputters a little bit, but she's not terrible. The blades, I'm not sure how good condition they're in, because they were sitting outside for, well, since I owned it, plus God knows how long before that. So maybe need a pack of saw blades too. But except for that, it was a good little sawmill. Should last for years to come. It is definitely well built. And I guess I'll put it up for about $2,500. That's what I'm into it for. Well, I guess that's going to wrap up this video. So until the next one, thanks for watching.